Yo, what's going on, Geek Corner? This is your boy, Earth Smack, the mad scientist.
It's your main man, Al, the infamous. It's great to be back, y'all. I hate being gone. It's great to be back. I'm excited.
That's right. That's right. And this is Pro Wrestling Talk Live. Welcome back on this beautiful Wednesday evening. I don't know if it's so beautiful because it's been raining most of the day, but sleepy weather. Sleepy weather. That's what this is. That's what this is. And
it's also if you've got that significant other, snuggle up with them.
Yep.
Snuggle up with them.
Yep. That's what you do. That's what you do, man. I promise you right here, we will not buffer like Netflix did with that Tyson.
Oh my God, that was horrible. Old Netflix. Netflix. That was terrible. And
that was horrible.
And I call Mauro Ranallo when he was like, "Well, Tyson's bitten on his glove before, bruh." I've seen a lot of Tyson.
Yeah,
I've never seen him bite on his glove like that, unless he was doing that so he wouldn't knock the holy hell out of Jake Paul. That's my only thought.
Yeah. So the thing is. So for the anime watchers out there, it's been explained in Hajime no Ippo, like the reason boxers bite their gloves, like that. Because if you haven't seen Hajime no Ippo, you have to see it. That's like probably the greatest sports anime of all time. Now that's to me, that's probably is. It's supposed to like keep your hands up like this, and supposed to guard your chin and your face. And if you get that habit of biting the bottom of your gloves, it's not going to allow you to drop like that or whatever the case may be. But it was some reasoning behind that though. But either way, man, the best boxing match was the women. And listen, Serrano got cheated.
Yeah,
I'm gonna tell you that right now. She definitely got cheated
badly.
There's no way you whoop on somebody and still lost. You got more points. You land more punches. Like
no more.
Like by copious amounts, and you still lose, man. Come on, man. I don't know what the ref was looking at. Blind. And then multiple headbutts that led to like point deductions. I was like, come on now. But really?
Serrano's not the only women's boxer that's been headbutt by Katie Taylor.
Yeah.
She's not. Like, from my understanding, it's a lot of other boxers that have been headbutt by her. And even Serrano was like, I don't get cut boxing. Yeah. She's like, the only time she's really been cut is against Katie Taylor. Folks, that speaks volumes. And if you've watched any boxing matches, one of the only guys that ever headbutt Tyson was Evander Holyfield. And then you look at one of Evander Holyfield's one of his other fights against Lennox Lewis. He headbutt Lewis. Yeah. I mean, it's some boxers they have to do that to try to psych their opponent out. But Katie Taylor's was obvious though, man. They were obvious headbutts. That's what made me mad about hers.
Multiple warnings, man. Multiple warnings. But check it, man. We got a jam-packed show for you guys today, man. We're going to talk about AEW Full Gear, which takes place on November 23rd. Yes. And we're going to give you our Full Gear predictions or who we think is going to win, who we think is going to lose. Will there be any surprises of anything of that nature? There's some other wrestling news as well, and there's some news in regards to the women, Ashley. So definitely going to be talking about that. So, let's get into some AEW Full Gear predictions. And I ain't going to hold you, bro. I'm not even going to hold you. Be completely honest with you, man. I was probably wasn't going to buy this pay-per-view. I probably wasn't. This probably going to be the first. This was going to be the first AEW pay-per-view that I do not buy.
What? Can I tell you this? It took me a second. I looked at the card. I said, you know what? I can dig this card right here because a lot of these guys, and real quick, as I always like to point out, we're not tribalistic guys. Okay, no. We're not saying I'm super WWE. I'm not watching AEW and vice versa, whatever. We're not like that. but I do see a lot of these guys. I take a look at the folks on this roster.
Yeah.
And this is not a shot at WWE, but a lot of these guys would probably, and the women too, they'd probably get buried as mid-card in WWE.
Yeah.
And I'm taking a look at this card. There's a likely chance that Tony Khan does what Tony Khan does at pay-per-view and this is probably going to bring the house down in some form or fashion.
Yeah.
I really feel like this pay-per-view is going to exceed the expectations that is set before it. I really do.
Yeah, I mean, people call Tony Khan Mr. Pay-per-view because like he delivered on every single pay-per-view that he's done. There's been reports like this been like the lowest in ticket sales as far as concerned, but I don't think it's the card itself. I think it's the build up to the card. And I think over the past couple of weeks, AEW Dynamite hasn't been the best. It hasn't been. It haven't put its best foot forward. I don't know why that's the case, but that's like the biggest critique is because when you have a pay-per-view every single month, like it's connecting the dots, and it's supposed to be something that you can sink your teeth in, like, oh, I can't wait to next week. I can't wait to this. I can't wait to this. And then when you get to the pay-per-view, boom, you already bought the pay-per-view. Another critique was that we don't know dates ahead of time. So AEW like, listen, I'm gonna raise you, and I'm gonna give you several dates from this year all the way to March 2025, from collisions, the dynamites, the pay-per-views. If you look at the ticker down here, AEW is going to the Hammerstein Ballroom. They got 4 events at Hammerstein this year, like December. So that's gonna like ECW territory. You know what I mean? So I feel like that's gonna be great to see. But we definitely gonna jump into some Full Gear. But here we go, man. First match on the card: MJF versus Roderick Strong. What is your prediction with this match?
I'm picking MJF.
Okay.
I'm picking MJF because he's well rested, as of course we know he hasn't been in action. He's well rested.
Yeah. But
I do expect Roderick Strong, the Messiah of the Backbreaker, to do the Messiah of the Backbreaker type of stuff.
Yeah.
And I expect him to land at least 8 backbreakers in this match. But I still think MJF wins. Mm-hmm. And I could see Adam Cole mistakenly getting in the way of Roderick Strong winning this match. And you could possibly see some implosion happen within the stable. But I got MJF winning this match, and I got Adam Cole unfortunately causing Roderick Strong to lose. And then the next thing you know, you're probably going to have some issues with that.
I say the same thing. Now, honestly, I thought that Adam Cole would interfere in the match, but not like mistakenly do something to cause Roderick Strong the match. I'm thinking that he purposely would do something for Roderick Strong to lose the match, and him, like his hatred towards MJF would drive him to be like a heel type character, kind of like Hangman Page, or join MJF, because both of them are scumbags at the end of the day. So I don't know. Now, does it make sense? No, absolutely not. It doesn't make sense. Especially with Adam Cole coming back and what happened at World's End last year, and how he portrayed MJF, and how he revealed he was a snake and he was the guy behind the mask, and you have the Undisputed Kingdom. Like, they were supposed to be the heel faction. MJF supposed to be the good guy. And then when Adam Cole shows up, you had to flip the script a little bit, which it was weird getting to that point. But and then Cole got hurt. Yeah, Adam Cole got hurt, which derailed everything that was supposed to happen. Yeah, that was supposed to happen with this thing. So they had to do some sort of damage control, and they didn't do the best job with it.
They didn't.
But still, MJF and Roderick Strong. Obviously, Roderick Strong gonna have a tremendous showing. MJF gonna come out with this, and at the call, like you said, I didn't think about it that way. Adam Cole getting involved and accidentally causing Strong that match. Yeah, that might be some other beef right there. MJF might be doing some other things. So yeah, MJF for sure.
And see, you know who we haven't seen in a while though, because we did say I don't know if we want to do it now, but in regards with surprises and whatnot.
Yeah.
You know who could possibly surprise us all and throw a whole monkey wrench into it?
Wardlow.
But
he's still injured though, if I'm not mistaken.
Do we know how injured?
Ah, man, I know he busted his knee up during the match, and I saw that, and it was non-contact too. So that might be a lengthy time.
That is another thing. It was non-contact, and we all know football fans.
Yeah,
non-contact knee injuries. That means that knee gave out.
Yeah, he was pissed during that match.
But at the same, visibly. But at the same time, let's look at it this way.
Yeah.
How far ahead is he with rehab? I mean, it's not like Wardlow's 50 years old or whatever. He's young, and technology might help. But then again, you do raise a good point, E, to where it was non-contact. So just to put it out there, Wardlow could show up. I mean,
yeah.
With MJF, anything is possible with some type of return, because I wholeheartedly believe he's working on a staple. He's working on a faction.
And you know, it's funny. It's going back to the well, because MJF has been a part of at least 2 factions already. But successful one, yeah. Now I will say, Adam Cole and Wardlow, that beef hasn't like fully blossomed yet, because if you peel back the curtain just a little bit, taking it back in time, Adam Cole used to give Wardlow an evil eye, like just a stare. But I paid attention to that, and I know
I did too.
You know what I'm saying? So how would you work that in there if Wardlow does get involved, if he does make a surprise appearance? But because then again, Wardlow is not the bad guy here. You know, Adam Cole would be the bad guy. So Adam Cole makes a tremendous bad guy, and when you put the belt around his waist as the world heavyweight champion, like as a heel, man, it's going to be great to see. But hopefully, organically, we'll see where it goes. But MJF for sure, he will beat Roger Strong. He's going to be the victor in this.
Look here, leave us remind everybody about heel Adam Cole as NXT champion.
Yes.
Oh boy, that was amazing. Look here, the Undisputed Era took us on a ride for months.
Absolutely.
And he flipped Roderick Strong.
Yeah. So we'll see, man. We'll see. Next matchup is Hangman Page and Jay White, the Switchblade. Bang bang. Who you think going to get this dub, man? That's a toss up right here. This is a toss up.
I'm gonna go with Jay White.
I'm gonna go with Hangman Adam Page.
I'm gonna go with Jay White to survive. I'm gonna go with Jay White because I believe he survives a possible beatdown from Christian's crew, the Patriarchy, and he does that with the Bang Bang Gang being there, and full strength Bang Bang Gang being there to help him out. Now, I don't know what Kill Switch is, because he wasn't there last week, if I'm right.
No, Kill Switch is still hurt. I mean, he's still well, actually, he's still sick. So it's gonna be a hot minute before he pull up again.
Oh, never mind then. So I mean, I was gonna say Kill Switch could pull up, but without Kill Switch and with you have the Bang Bang Gang probably showing up in full numbers. That's a formidable squad when they are full strength. And I miss the Gun Club.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, truly, they should be in the tag team picture. Like just to be up front. But I think Adam Hangman Page is going to get this. I think because honestly, he got the victory against Swerve. He lost against Jay White the first time, So you got to even this thing out somehow. You can't be a sweep. So I think Adam Hangman Page is going to win this match at the expense of Jay White with the patriarchy getting involved. So Adam Page got this dub, man. On the next one, we got the tag team fatal 4-way, man. Listen, private party, Kings of the Black Throne, the Outrunners, and the Acclaim. Who you think is going to come away as a victor?
I'm pulling for Private Party because they just got the belts a few weeks ago.
Absolutely, I think so. But I think the show-off team will be the Outrunners. I think this is the match that the Outrunners will show what they really can do, because if you really pay attention, the Outrunners have organically gained popularity in AEW. The whole 80s nostalgia tag team, and they got I think they were number one. I think it was like top rank or something like that in merch sales as far as their fanny packs. Like people wearing fanny packs at the event, like Outrunners fanny packs. So I think the Outrunners is the show off team, and also I think this is the time where the Acclaim break up.
Yes, I was going. I'm glad you beat me to that. I think this is where, because again.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna give look here. Excalibur is a jewel, and here's why.
Okay.
Excalibur has been hinting at a fourth member of the Hurt Syndicate. And a lot of folks have been ignoring that. He's been like, and he hasn't even been hiding that he's been hinting at it. He said, well, they've set a fourth member. Matter of fact, I just knew Leo Rush was going to be the fourth member.
I thought so too, mainly because of the relationship with Bobby Lashley. But
yeah, I just knew he's going to be the fourth member. But Excalibur, from you boy, love you. Excalibur has been hinting at a fourth member. I absolutely believe it's Max Caster.
Yeah,
the Outrunners basically is the 2024 version of the Beverly Brothers. Look here, for anybody that don't remember the Beverly Brothers, one of the wackest theme songs and one of the absolute most terrible finishing moves I think I've ever seen. How they didn't break necks is beyond me. But I can see the Outrunners I can see Private Party winning.
Yes, they're retaining for sure.
The Outrunners absolutely stealing the show. The Acclaim breaking up, and the Kings of the Black Throne. The Kings of the Black Throne possibly laying a blueprint for a feud with Private Party.
Could be. Yeah.
We don't talk about those guys enough. We don't.
Yeah. I think the Outrunners will be the next tag team champions going forward, but I think the Kings of the Black Throne, like you said, it's going to set up like a one-on-one feud, like team versus team feud, like later on down the line. Like everybody got a role to play in this fatal four-way. If done right, then you can send a trajectory over for all of these tag teams. They don't necessarily have to win the tag team titles; they have a trajectory. Private Party just beat the Young Bucks, right? So that's what it is. So them retaining is enough. Kings of the Black Throne be the next team that they feud with. Cool. Outrunners steal the show, continue with the popularity, and eventually get win those tag team titles. And the Acclaim breaking up with Max Caster jumping on Anthony Bowens and just laying waste to him. And then now you got a feud between Max Caster and Anthony Bowens because everybody wanted them to break up for the longest. People can't stand Max Caster. His raps. It's like, it's
real life heat.
Real life heat. So
life heat.
You might as well build on that. So Private Party, I'm with you. Same deal. So next up is Mercedes Moné and Chris Statlander. What you got?
I'm gonna go with Chris.
Whoa, really?
I'm gonna go with Chris.
You think? Wow.
I'm gonna go with Chris. And that's no hate on Mercedes Moné the least bit. But real quick, did Mercedes lose that AAA title?
No.
I gotta change it up then. I gotta go up Mercedes
Well, no,
Moné.
the NJPW open weight.
In JPW, my bad.
Yeah.
She didn't lose that. She has not lost that title. She hasn't lost that title, right?
Nope.
So I gotta flip then. I gotta go up Mercedes Moné. I refuse to believe that she would lose that TBS title before losing that New Japan title. That's just not the way it works. She's not gonna lose the New Japan title after losing the TBS title. So I'm gonna say Mercedes Moné, but barely beating Chris Statlander. I mean, Camille's gonna have to interfere. Matter of fact, I wouldn't be surprised if somebody else interferes.
I think the person that's going to take that TBS title away from Mercedes will be Camille. Because what's been going on the last few weeks is Mercedes have been treating Camille like trash. But talking like pure trash. It's like, them little hints. I'm like, I feel like it's too early though, because they got this Shawn Michaels Diesel dynamic. I feel like it's a little too early to do that, but just eventually, I think Camille is going to be the one to actually dethrone Mercedes. So I think Mercedes is going to retain. Camille's going to get involved, like you said. Camille's going to get involved. I can't see Mercedes losing at Full Gear. Now, if it does, it's a complete shot. And on top of all that, I think Chris Statlander she was the TBS champion because she beat Jade. She beat Jade Cargo, so she already been TBS champion before. So
she's got nothing to prove.
Yeah, she got nothing to prove on that. And man, and then the viewers in here, go ahead and hit that like button, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
Go ahead and hit that like button. You already know what to do.
And real quick, before we continue, I got to pull a Shawn Michaels real quick and do a shameless plug. For anybody viewing, please subscribe to the Patreon. Also jump in the Discord. Please jump in the Discord because you got us and you got everybody that's a wrestling fan. There's wrestling, there's movies, there's anime, there's whatever. Jump in the Discord.
That's right.
Shout out to Boogie Blends.
Shout out to Boogie Blends and Vivo, aka China.
And Vivo. That's one of at least 2 or 3 shout outs I'm gonna do to them randomly. I love those two.
Awesome, man. But Mercedes Moné gonna retain. Next up, Swerve Strickland and Bobby Lashley.
I don't like picking this one.
Oh, I already know what I'm gonna pick off of that. I already know what I'm gonna pick. It's Bobby Lashley.
You go first.
It's Bobby.
Yeah, me too.
Bobby gonna beat that man ass, man.
And you know what's gonna happen? Because see, to be honest, I believe Full Gear is gonna be full of some interference, of some type of surprise.
Yeah.
Not only does Max Caster possibly break up the Acclaim, he could possibly have something to do with this match. I mean, that 4th member is going to happen soon.
Yeah.
But there's strength in numbers with a 5th.
Straight up with the 5th. And on top of
all that,
we're going to see
a 5th. We're going to see a 5th somewhere.
And on top of all that, Swerve, only person Swerve has is Nana.
Nana's not enough.
So who's going to be? So my thing is this though. Like obviously, I feel like okay, this is Bobby's debut match. First of all, so Bobby's going to win this match. Will it be like a dominant thing? Initially I say he going to beat Swerve ass, but this is Swerve. He's a former heavyweight champion. So then I mean, they're going to be a level of dangerous. They're going to be a level of dominance here between Bobby Lashley and Swerve, i.e. Bobby Lashley. But if that tag match is before this match, that lets me know everything I need to know. You know, and I could be wrong. There still is a percentage that say, you know what, you were wrong. Max Caster didn't get involved. You know, Shelton Benjamin got involved. It could be another man. But honestly and truly, though, it could not be Max Caster. Maybe Ricky Starks.
How about this?
Or maybe Ricky Starks joined Swerve.
Just because Max Caster took the card, don't mean he's still in possession of it. Anthony Bones could have snuck it away. A whole monkey wrench. I seriously doubt that would happen. But wrestling has been unpredictable for the last couple years now.
I say
and it's
last
gotten
year.
better.
Mariah
Yeah.
May was a swerve for me because a lot of people thought
Yeah.
Tony Storm was going to be the one to turn, but it was Mariah the one that turned, and that was like a swerve within a swerve. It was like, oh, okay. So
And it made Mariah look more calculated because you rode her coattails
yeah,
all that time, and you not only rode her coattails, you wore her ring gear, you did the theme song, you did the video on the AEW Tron and everything. I mean, I bought in, bro.
yeah.
I mean, I ridiculously bought into Mariah May because I was like, Mariah May's just another blonde that can't wrestle. No,
Yeah.
I was happily wrong. I've never been so happy. At times, you got to be happy to be wrong, and I was. But
That was definitely one of the best Dynamites. The way it closed out.
oh god,
I was like, man, can we? It needs to be like this every single week.
swing for the fence, Tony.
It needs to be a cliffhanger every single week because once you got people, by the proverbial balls, it's like I can't wait for Wednesday. I can't wait for Saturday because you got Collision over here. Like make Collision great, like it once was. You know what I'm saying?
I need to start watching Collision more because I don't watch it as much as I used to. I miss it. I'm hearing I'm missing some bangers.
Yeah, I heard Collision is busting for the last 2 weeks. But yeah, Bobby Lashley is getting his dub for this one. Now the next one, Jack Perry and Daniel Garcia. Yeah, Daniel Garcia. What you think? What you think?
This the match of the night. Mark my words. Matter of fact, no. This is the match of the night, part 1.
Okay.
This is the match of the night, part 1, because Jack Perry does such a good job on making you hate him. This dude Tony Starked his own belt.
Yeah.
And you can't tell me that belt ain't dope. Don't ever go back to the old design. But I'm going with Daniel Garcia. And here's why.
Okay.
His boys, the Young Bucks, are gone. You ain't got nobody left but Okada.
Yeah. And for that reason, I'm gonna say Jack Perry gonna retain. And Daniel Garcia is gonna win the Continental Classic. And he's gonna beat Okada. That to me is the biggest one because
that would be big.
That to me because Okada is known as one of the GOATs of New Japan Pro Wrestling, like one of the GOATs that have clinics with Kenny Omega, several clinics with Kenny Omega, and he's the current Continental Champion. He's been holding on to that belt for the longest. He hasn't been defending it as much, but the times that he has been defending it, it is what it is. But Daniel Garcia, I feel like he's gonna lose this match, but he's gonna go on to win that Continental Classic and beat Okada.
And you notice Okada has won anytime he's defended that title. He's won straight up.
He's won straight up. That's the thing. The Continental title is no interference at all. That's the rule. There's zero interference. It's one-on-one. It's what you do in that ring, outside the ring, whatever you do in that ring, no outside interference. So for Daniel Garcia to beat Okada straight up for that Continental belt, that's it. That's a rocket ship on his back and keep on booking the way it's booked. But they're gonna cook. They're gonna cook though.
Oh yeah, they're gonna cook. That's what I'm saying. I think if this ain't a match of the night, it's one of them. Yeah, because Daniel Garcia could put on an absolute clinic when he could feel like not putting on a clinic and end up doing it anyway. Yeah, at any match. Yeah. So I think they gonna cook.
I think Okada gonna get involved. Jack Perry gonna retain. Okada will like, bitch, and it walk off. And then now you got Garcia and Okada beefing. He's like, I'm going to the Continental Classic because Okada is automatically in because that's what that belt is about. So I'm with that all day. Jack Perry retains. Dan Garcia go to the Continental Classic, win that way, beat Okada straight up.
And real quick, remember, it wasn't like Daniel Garcia did that good last year in the tournament.
Nah, he got that last dub though. He got that last dub.
Long-term storytelling. When his last one, and just mollywop everybody in front of him and win this thing. Yeah. If their creative does this right, you use that last match as part of the story.
Yeah.
You got to blame Cody Rhodes here with finish the story.
Yeah.
This is DG's time right here.
Yeah.
If to be honest, if it goes along how you said it, that'd be an amazing story, bro.
Yeah.
Ridiculous story,
man. And then him with that belt, he could defend it however long he wants to, and keep on going, keep on doing what you're doing. And then whoever faces Jack Perry next, he'll drop the title then. But yeah, my prediction though is Jack Perry. I'm gonna keep it with that.
I hope now that Powerhouse Hobbs is back, I hope Powerhouse Hobbs gets his hands on him, bruh. When I heard that Powerhouse, I lost it. Steph had to tell me to be quiet. I lost my mind when I saw that.
Hey man, Powerhouse, my boy. That's my boy right there, man. Put a strap on him.
He's even bigger.
He's even bigger. And that's ridiculous, man. So and that goes back to like the Bobby Lashley situation, like the fourth man, right? Again, Swerve has no one but Nana. So he gonna need someone else. And I feel like obviously it's going to be like other black wrestlers, obviously. So I'm thinking maybe, Bowens, obviously, Leo Rush, obviously, but you're going to need a fourth man, like Powerhouse Hobbs, possibly. You know what I'm saying? Ricky Starks might be somewhere involved in that. I would love for him to be involved in that because that's a whole nother, deal.
Worst case scenario, you call up Shane Taylor.
Shane Taylor Promotions, you call
up Shane Taylor because if there's anybody who's ever, this man is looking for a payday and he looking for a fight. And if there's anybody who can match, just size wise, that can match Bobby Lashley, because Bobby Lashley, he's not throwing around Shane Taylor. You ever see how big this dude is in person? You're not throwing him around.
You think Bobby Lashley can't throw around Shane Taylor? This is Bobby Lashley we talking about.
I think he can lift him, but throw him around like a rag doll, like he's about to do Swerve.
Yeah.
No. But I believe he can get him a suplex in here and there.
Oh yeah.
But he's going to catch it. He's going to catch it trying to get that hurt lock on him. Shane Taylor, big boy.
Shane Taylor, big boy, man. But I wouldn't get Shane Taylor though. I would use the people that's already on the roster though. I definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, Powerhouse Hobbs is definitely involved with Will Ospreay and Kyle Fletcher and the whole thing with Don Callis and all that. But once he's done with that, I feel like Powerhouse Hobbs have a place there. I mean, we'll see how it goes. Though. But yeah, that's Jack Perry though. And then speaking of Will Ospreay,
match
Kyle
of the night.
Fletcher. Yeah, that's match of the night right there.
That's it.
Kyle Fletcher is my pick. Wrestling 101, man. When you make a sudden change and you go to the extremes of shaving your hair all the way down to like just a smooth short haircut, and because of Will Ospreay, and Will Ospreay wants to fight you, I say Kyle Fletcher gonna come out there with this dub. He's gonna win this one.
Fletcher wins.
Not clean, but he's winning
because of Takeshita. Because of Konosuke, because of Takeshita, I think I'm going with you. I'm riding with you on this one. Fletcher wins, but there's got to be some interference.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I think because of interference and maybe because some outside of the ring brawl between the Callis family and Adams and Hobbs, I think these two end up getting lost in the shuffle somewhere. That screwdriver goes in there. Fletcher even hits him with his own move. And Fletcher escapes. I don't think that beef will be done.
Yeah.
But I absolutely believe Konosuke Takeshita is going to play a part in this, and I believe Ospreay is going to get his hands on Takeshita down the line for that title. Yeah,
and Takeshita retains, man. Takeshita need to have that international championship for a little minute.
He needs to have at least another 3-4 months at the minimum.
6. Give me 6 to 7 months.
I'm game.
Whooping ass. nation, like internationally, because he's an international champion, so he's going everywhere defending that title. You know, you get some highlights of that. But yeah, Kyle Fletcher getting that dub, and the main event: John Moxley versus Orange Cassidy. Who you got? Who's your pick?
I'm going with Moxley.
Same.
And the reason is, who's pulling the strings behind this? Because it ain't Moxley. This ain't him.
John said it was him. He said it's me.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I think that's a smoke screen. Somebody else is pulling these strings, man. And I bet you it's somebody old and retired doing it. I was ready to say Jake the Snake, but Jake the Snake is doing something else. This would have been so dope if it was Jake the Snake.
Yeah, it's somebody else involved with this one.
But I think it's somebody else.
A lot of people still speculating that it's Shane still. But I wouldn't reveal him at Full Gear, though. I would reveal him at World's End. I would reveal him at World's End in December, because that's the end of the year.
And see, the reason, I wouldn't be surprised if it's Shane, but somebody else is pulling these strings. And it makes me feel like it's the whole, remember Bodie Lee, the Exalted One and everything?
Yeah.
It's giving that without saying that.
Yeah.
It's giving that without saying that. And that's what I believe. Because, again, John Moxley is calculating, but a complete takeover, even Hogan, Hall, and Nash, they did their thing.
Yeah.
But the perfect thing to make it happen, you gotta have yourself an Eric Bischoff. I'm not gonna rule him out either, because it ain't like he ain't never been on AEW programming.
True. I mean, he's been the number one hater of AEW on Twitter. And side note, speaking of Twitter, Orange Phoenix is no longer on Twitter. We left that toxic waste dump they call social media of X, because it is trash. It is trash. It's dumpster juice.
It's a lot of people leaving X.
Yes, and we are now, sailing the blue skies. We are on the Blue Sky app. So if you want to find us, go to Orange Phoenix Media Channel on Blue Sky. We left that toxic waste dump they call X, Twitter. It's not what it once was. I'll just put it to you like that. But Eric Bischoff, that was on X, he's been the number one hater of AEW. He was like, listen, last week was the worst episode of AEW. Where, he'll say some stuff like that. I would not be surprised if it is Eric. That would be awesome to see, because nobody will see that coming. For one,
John Moxley hates AEW. What if Eric Bischoff is saying that because he hates what John Moxley hates what AEW has become?
Yes.
What if he's doing what if Eric Bischoff is saying all this because he also hates what AEW has become? I mean, this could be smokescreen, and if it is, a lot of people, this could be mind-blowing, and we also got to think too. He did the same thing with NWO, and look where that went. Where that went. Hostile takeovers in wrestling, if you do them right, it's a masterpiece. And I think the perfect person to spearhead it is Eric Bischoff. I can't Eric Bischoff, Shane McMahon.
Mm-hmm.
That list is short.
I mean, they're very short. I mean, you can have Eric Bischoff beat the guy. He don't strike me as a hardcore guy like John Moxley or anything like that. But I mean, you can have Eric Bischoff and Shane McMahon on that same side. And then I was like, oh, this is serious. This is some serious shit right here,
That AEW roster in trouble.
In trouble. You know what I'm saying? So you could do it like that. Or you could have, you could do Shane and then Eric Bischoff be the saving grace. Or you could do Eric Bischoff and Shane McMahon being the McMahon be the saving grace at AEW.
Yeah.
You could do that too. But I think, so the goal is, though, because this whole storyline, and I don't want to go that deep, but I'll just say the younger talent is being pushed a little bit more than in the past. Now, I think there's a lot of truth in what John Moxley is saying. Like, he don't like what AEW has become because I feel like AEW has become a shell of itself in ways, and that's what he's projecting in his promos. Now, did they fizzle out just a little bit over the past 2 weeks? Yes, because they're saying they're going to take over the TBS station. They didn't do that. They just came out and beat some people up. I mean, the same thing they were doing a couple weeks ago, and it kind of left people scratching their head. I'm like, yo, you say he was going to take over the station. Like start the show with you taking over the station, like beating up the engineers, beating up the crew, doing something of that nature, like executives, like going in offices and power bombing them through tables and doing all kinds of crap, right? That don't involve the wrestlers. There's people in suits. And then that could have been something. But I think, I don't know what's going to happen with this main event. I know John Moxley is going to win, but I don't know what it's going to lead up to. Obviously, Darby Allin going to get involved somehow, some way, because he's beefing with Claudio or Wheeler Yuta. So I feel like the younger talent going to get involved in that way. But I wouldn't reveal that person behind the scenes at Full Gear, though. I would definitely wait till World's End at the end of the year, because now you sit here thinking about, dang, this how you're going to end the year? Because when the new year starts, new year, new production, new whatever, and then you're going to keep on booking
stage and all of those stuff. I see it this way too. And real quick, shout out to Wheeler Yuta. We're seeing a lot more Wheeler Yuta the last month than we've seen in quite some time. I remember seeing him when I went to Jacksonville, and I'm looking at him. I was like, okay, this guy's corny. He ain't even got a finisher move.
Corny.
Yeah. I was like, this man's corny. But now you look at him, bro, this dude is coming to his own. Like, he's coming to, and you kind of got to credit John Moxley for that. Because John Moxley, they push him around and whatnot, but Moxley's got him looking like this kid that's just indestructible almost. Like, you can do anything to him, he's getting his ass up. Yeah. So, I mean, and now if you have Shane or Bischoff show up, Bischoff's going to welcome the chaos.
Yeah.
Bischoff's going to be able to teach him how to do chaos, but to do it in an organized fashion when you need to. I think Shane is going to be more, this what you want to do? Go do it. I'll take care of the money. I'll take care of the money part.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you got two angles with it, but at the same time, if one of those guys are pulling the strings, let's just say if one of them are,
right,
they're both going to let Moxley and the Death Riders wreck shit. And I mean, because if you look at Marina Shafir, we didn't even see her in a match. We didn't even see her in a match yet.
And she don't need to be.
She don't need to be. Her job basically is to be a prettier China, and she's dropping dudes.
Yeah, and cameramen.
So I mean, you've got a whole squad. And here's the deal, though. You know what I'm also thinking? Who else is going to join the Death Riders? Because they ain't got enough firepower yet. I don't think they do. You gotta have somebody else.
Miro.
You gotta have somebody else pissed off. There it is. Thank you. That's Miro. My surprise. That's my surprise this weekend. Miro.
I feel like Miro will be perfect for the Death Riders. I mean,
because remember, he didn't want to be at AEW, if I'm right. Did he want to get out of his contract?
No. Yeah, he wanted to be out. He wanted to be out.
Make it part of the storyline. You want to leave. You want to leave. AEW wouldn't leave. So guess what you do now? You tear the shit up.
I feel like after Orange Cassidy, though, the next opponent for John Moxley should be Samoa Joe. Because you can't just use young talent the whole time. You need somebody that is a certifiable badass to go up against John Moxley, right? So you need veterans to go up against this man and him beat them, but build up that feud to that point, right? And then when you get to All In, Darby Allin beats him.
Can I piggyback off of that real quick? With somebody like Samoa Joe?
Yeah.
You pick Samoa Joe because Samoa Joe's got experience.
Yeah.
But not only does it have experience, Samoa Joe knows how to galvanize people. Look what he did with Hook.
Yeah.
Look what he did with Hook. He knows how to get guys to say, if you don't like him, I don't like him either.
Yeah.
And not only is Samoa Joe a certified badass, Samoa Joe is a certified ass kicker.
Yeah.
If there's anybody, and a lot of people, yeah, Joe's got all that size. Joe is strong as an ox and can move like a tank.
Yeah. And see with him and Moxley, that was sell out, boy. That was sell out. Long as you got that feud building up to the point where they face each other, and not saying Samoa Joe like, hey, I'm here to defend AEW and this, that, and the third. Like, that's not like him to say that, but just say, listen, bro, like, I see you out here running around talking this noise, but how it's funny that you always seem to avoid me. Like, you know,
there it is.
Like once you say something like that, like, nah, me and you got beef, Playboy. So now you got them two going at it or whatever. John obviously going to escape that situation, and then he goes with somebody else. If Adam Copeland's back, use Adam Copeland, right? He'll beat Adam Copeland, right? Then you know,
he'll beat Adam Copeland. Moxley beat Adam Copeland.
Yeah,
like, Joe,
right? But Joe, right? So you have him beat some veterans along the way, and then once Darby Allin gets right, have Darby Allin be the one who beat Moxley because of Darby Allin is the reason Bryan Danielson is in the predicament that he was in. You know, and I think it goes back to day one, how he looked on the face when they had to haul Bryan Danielson out that ring. He was like, because of me is the reason why Bryan Danielson is retired, semi-retired. I lost to John Moxley. Yeah. And the reason I lost to John Moxley is, you know, XYZ connected the dots. So Darby Allin is ultimately going to be the one to dethrone Moxley, but Moxley has to beat some noticeable people along the way to make that win for Darby way more credible. So
yeah, the resident big bad who ain't there right now, Samoa Joe.
Yeah.
If Darby doesn't dethrone him, there's somebody. I mean, a big bad like Samoa Joe's got to do it, because if it's not, I mean, it makes sense for Darby to do it because he's one of the pillars.
Yeah, I mean, but because he's the primary reason for Moxley being a champion.
Yeah. So I mean, when you got somebody like Samoa Joe roll up who'll look you right in the eye and say, "You popping off like this right here?"
Yeah.
But let me tell you who you ain't put in one of these who you ain't putting that Death Rider.
Yeah.
Me.
Yeah.
You ain't put me in it. You ain't put me in this little. You ain't gave me a little elbow barrage or nothing like that. You ain't hit me with that yet. So I mean, it's just. And Samoa Joe's not going to run from any of them.
No.
He's not going to.
He's going to fight.
Or matter of fact, I tell you who else will walk up. Who will walk up and be ready to fight whenever he gets back. Eddie Kingston.
Yeah, that's the other one. That is the other one. Absolutely. Him. That is the other one.
Because look here, if there's any pound for pound, we can say Samoa Joe, but pound for pound that can match not Samoa Joe, but that can match that man's crazy and can say, F you don't scare me. You can throw whatever you can, because he's done it before. And he couldn't put Eddie Kingston down. Eddie Kingston is the one to dethrone him. Period.
I'm standing on that. I can't say that. Because he got nothing to do with because he has nothing to do with John Moxley winning the championship. It's Darby Allin. He's the number one reason why John Moxley is the champion in the first place. He's the number one reason why Bryan Danielson is retired. Because of Darby, it affected everybody.
Yeah. I'm gonna hit you with that LeVar Ball. Hey, Darby Allin, too small. Eddie Kingston's great. Look, Eddie Kingston's old enough. experienced enough, crazy enough. It could be all of them Death Riders in the ring, even Marina Shafir.
Yeah.
When it comes to Eddie Kingston, she can get it too.
Yeah.
She can look. She can get it too. Eddie Kingston is crazy enough to make it happen.
But you know what? Okay, so maybe Eddie Kingston joins the Death Riders. Like maybe it's a situation where he walks up and it looks as though that he's about to face John, and then boom, he turns on somebody, and then it's like boom, you see out. Can't rule it out that he joins the Death Riders, right? But now you got I forgot what you called it. I forgot what you called the match. 2 cages. Dang it. They have it every year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, right? It ain't War Games because obviously that copyright infringement. But that match, right? You need a team. You need team
Blood
AEW.
And Guts.
Blood and Guts. Right. Thank you. Blood and Guts. You got
had to Google
AEW. I had to Google it. Yeah. Blood and Guts. So you're gonna need a team for that versus the versus the Death Riders. And then again, you work this storyline can go on and on and on and on. It can go past All In if you really want to. All In don't necessarily have to be the payoff. I mean, then you got obviously the Hurt Syndicate or whatever the case would be. Obviously, they have not crossed paths, but just have a tease, then walking by each other. But we'll see. We'll see, man.
Honestly, they could. I'm gonna tell you this: Bobby ain't turning no fight now.
No.
Bobby's MO: stay out of my way. I'll stay out of your
way.
But you do bring a good point though, with Eddie Kingston joining the Death Riders, because again, he's gone to war with Moxley, but he loves Moxley. That's his guy.
The number one catalyst though is Claudio. He can't stand Claudio on TV. He can't stand that mofo. But if it looks like he's about to go after Claudio and turn on somebody, and he high fives Claudio, man, hey, they're throwing trash in the ring, man, because Eddie's supposed to be your guy, but he's not your guy. You know what I'm saying? So I never liked Bryan Danielson in the first place. Moxley been my boy, so it is what it is. But we'll see, man. We'll see.
If he high fives Claudio Castagnoli, then that lets me know right then and there, Eddie is definitely in.
Definitely in.
Eddie is definitely in, because Eddie ain't fake.
No,
he is as real as it gets. He is as real as it gets on that roster. But at the same time, if he comes to that ring,
and
if he does something like sock Claudio, then he has to dethrone Jon Moxley. And I think either him or Samoa Joe. I mean, the list is extremely short on who can do it.
Yeah,
it's really short.
But the one that makes the most sense is Darby Allin, because Darby Allin is the youngest out of everybody. And if the whole initiative is to push young talent, you go for the young talent. That is Darby. It started with Orange Cassidy. Orange Cassidy gonna get his brains beat in. That's just what's gonna happen. He gonna get his ass whipped out here. You know what I'm saying? Whipped. You know what I'm talking about. Hey, Will.
He is getting a mud hole stopped in him this Saturday.
Jon Moxley is going to beat the character of Orange Cassidy out of Orange Cassidy, and he will no longer be Orange Cassidy anymore. That is just it. That's where.
Look here. That Joker might be Tangerine Cassidy. He might show up with a damn suit come next Wednesday.
This man might disappear for a few months, come back, caught Diesel, and not the same character. Like, he's gonna beat the character out of him. I don't know, man. But one more thing though, because we got like 1 minute left before AEW Dynamite hit. Now I got one more thing to present to you guys in other news. So this is right here, ladies and gentlemen, the International Women's Cup. Okay.
Ooh.
Now, basically, what this is that the official Wrestle Dynasty, the International Women's Cup, the AEW, CMLL, ROH, Stardom to stage qualifying 4-way matches. The winner advanced to the fourth promotion match at Wrestle Dynasty, and the winner receive a shot at a title of their choice. So you see these question marks, obviously. You get your 4 women on AEW, CMLL, Stardom, and ROH, and you have qualifiers, and then your best ones of each category, fatal 4-way. The winner get a shot at the title. I'm gonna tell you right now, if Athena is not in this tournament, I'm gonna flip a table.
I'd be shocked. I'd be shocked. I'd be shocked if she's not in it. I'd be shocked if the likes of maybe Abaddon's not in it. Because I mean, people love Abaddon. I mean, I've been a big fan of Abaddon for a while now. So I mean, I'd be shocked if she's not in it. So I mean, I think the entire thing could be super stacked.
Yeah.
Super stacked.
I'm with it. 110%, man. But man, that is our show for tonight. Do not forget to hit that like and subscribe button and notification bell. Shout out to the 386 subscribers that is on our Orange Phoenix channel, man. We're gonna get 500 before the end of the year. I guarantee that. Man. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Hope you guys enjoy. You got anything else for listeners out there?
Yeah, man. Real quick, look here. If y'all taking a look at the ticker down here, Vince and Linda separated. I knew it. I knew they were separated. And then of course she's going to be in charge of education. If anything, I think kids are going to know how to do suplexes between now and the time they graduate out of high school. But shout out to Boogie Blends and Vivo. That's 2. And real quick, shout out to Boogie Blends and Vivo. Told you it was going to be 3. So everybody, be good. We got some wrestling going. We about to go watch.
Yep, man. We're going to see some grapplers and some suplexes and some ass whipping out there. Until next time.
Whipped.
Whipped. Next time, y'all. Peace.